Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coconut bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, slide through your land. Hopping the sprinters, tore the underworld, popping the mentor. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging his pitfalls, watching his bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, smoking the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. Fuck do you mean? We up it and squeeze, tuck it and leave. We leaving a stain, fuck a Febreze. Running the banks, causing a crashing. Feather the feds, Moorish the fashion. Horse we was smashing, kicking the door. Wave on 4-4, it was blasting. Mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was me. Perfected the storm, it's really Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coconut bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, slide through your land. Hopping the sprinters, tore the underworld, popping the mentor. Land of the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging his pitfalls, watching his bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, smoking the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. What do you mean? We up it and squeeze, tuck it and leave. We leaving a stain, fuck a Febreze. Running the banks, causing a crashing. Feather the feds, Moorish the fashion. Horse we was smashing, kicking the door. Wave on 4-4, it was blasting. Mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was me. Perfected the storm, it's Bentley receipts. Washing the benches, we rinse and repeat. Sacred yourself, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the beats. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning, flooded the brightling. The hunger was biting, biting.
Peace to the family, peace to the family, peace to you and yours, peace to you and yours. Welcome to another episode of Melanin Mondays. Pardon me for the technological differences. I'm on a road right now, and it's some road warrior shit on the road. So hopefully y'all understand, what that's about. But we here, you know what I mean? And I made sure that I broadcasted very early today so we could tap in with the family. I know today is a holy day, a holiday for some people. Um, you know, so we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna chop up some game. I want to do an open line. I want to be able to open up the lines and bring people in and just get some this Labor Day. This is the end of the summer. This is the day that celebrates the laboriousness of people, the labor of our man, woman, and child. So we want to pay homage to the workers. We want to pay homage to the people that are out there providing and whatnot. We want to pay homage to the grinders, to the hustlers, to the ones that are up and down the highway, moving them packages legally, of course. So can y'all hear me? I know it's a little jumpy and shit. But I was saying a minute ago before I was rudely interrupted by the algorithm that we're gonna be doing an open line tonight. We're gonna be bringing people inside of the portal and whatnot. We're gonna chop up game with the family. Today is Labor Day. Today is the unofficial end of the summer. We're gonna do a little bit of shout outs to the people who are out there, the workers, the providers, the grinders, the hustlers, the entrepreneurs, the serial entrepreneurs. Yeah, today is your day. Today is a day to basically reflect, and it's also a day to project, to put forth into the universe what it is that you are attempting to create, and why do you grind? What is your grind about? Life can't just be about paying bills. Life just can't be about paying the motherfucker, chasing the motherfucking bills and whatnot. That's not living. That's not living. So we're gonna get into it. You know what I mean? Shout out to all of my laborers. I don't want this day to go by without giving a shout out to the laborers, because quiet is kept, and hopefully more people will admit this. You guys are the lifeblood of this community. Don't let nobody talk down to you. Don't ever let nobody talk crazy to you. Don't ever let nobody try to stun on you like they got it better than you, because you are the lifeblood of not just the conscious community. Don't get gassed and whatnot. You the lifeblood to all communities. If somebody has a brick and mortar store, you're their lifeline. If somebody has a digital store, you're their lifeline. If somebody is selling something to the world, you're their lifeline. If somebody is launching a product, you're their lifeline. If somebody is chasing their dreams and whatnot, you, the laborer, the laborious ones, are the lifeline. So don't let nobody ever diminish you, because I see that shit happen a lot. I be seeing people online and they be having, like, it's like 9 to 5 people be at work watching lazy niggas on the internet who woke up at noon and whatnot act like that they're better than them. And they make these people who had to get up at 5 a.m. put the child in a child seat, drive them to daycare and get to their job or their 9 to 5. And people is online talking down to people like that. And I'm not really here for that. I don't promote stupid shit like that. I don't co-sign things like that. You dig what I'm saying? I would say it like this: if you got an audience and nobody works, then you have a bum ass audience. You have the type of audience that will make a person mad when they throw an event and nobody shows up, and then hate on another person that's throwing an event where tickets are $300 and people are paying it willingly because that platform caters to people that got jobs. You know what I'm talking about? There's not a bum ass audience. Those people can afford $300. Don't count working people's money. You know what I mean? Don't count entrepreneurs' money. Don't count people who, you know, motherfuckers gonna spend what they want to spend because they got it. How dare you? You know what I mean? If your people is not spending with you, it's because they don't got it, and you're attracting a group of people or a pedigree of individuals who just want to lay around all day and complain. Can't make no type of progress in life if you're a serial complainer. You can't make no progress in life if you're a professional deflector. So shout out to all of my hard workers out there, my worker bees and whatnot. Shout out to everybody with bags under their eyes. Shout out to everybody who be hitting the snooze button. Shout out to everybody who didn't want to do what they had to do, but they had to do it. Got to do it. My daughter turns 10 today. Wisdom Bella. I'm in Houston right now. I've been out here for a few days. You know, doing whatever I have to do to make sure that her 10-year-old birthday is something that she'll never forget, right? Me and her mother and her grandmother and other family members, we are making it our priority, you feel me, to provide for this child and whatnot, so this child don't grow up saying that she never had, right? And I have to personally thank people who have been following, not following, because I hate that word, people who have been supporting my brand over the past 10 years, because working for myself and providing for children and whatnot, family members, loved ones, and other people, it hasn't been easy. But it would be remissive of me on my daughter's birthday, which also lands on Labor Day, to not big up the laborers out there and not to big up the supporters and not to big up people who actually have it to give. So the fact that Sweat Equity provides, we live in America, most of us, right? I didn't even do the roll call, but the majority of us live in America. So we know that Sweat Equity provides a stipend, right? You get paid for your labor and whatnot. So we have to give another, we have to give another perspective to our brothers and sisters who are laborers. Y'all are the lifeblood of not just us, but America. Well, people decide that they don't want to punch in, this shit falls in 48 hours. Look at what was about to happen with the strike with the truckers and the mails, the UPS and the postal office. They cannot afford for y'all to not be there. Look at what's going on with the Hollywood strike. Even though you niggas made Barbie the biggest movie of the summer or the year for that matter, and I'm a little perturbed by that, but I'm not gonna take it out on anybody in particular. I just was like, we can't let that happen, and niggas let that happen. So I'm not, you know, Hollywood is on strike, and I'm kind of like good. However, those are still providers. They gotta feed their family and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, Barbie. Barbie is the biggest movie of the year. Them niggas cleared $1 billion already. And it was heavy on propaganda. So a lot of people just got re-uploaded with the program this summer. You know? You didn't go see Barbie? Blessings. Blessings. Yeah, diesel is a real issue. I heard the diesel is going up. But salute to y'all on this Labor Day, man. I'm not even coddling the late. I'm not gonna sit on this channel and try to coddle y'all. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know how important y'all are. But it helps to know that you appreciate it, and it helps to know that somebody out there appreciates you, and I'm one of them. You feel me? I could publicly say I will be nothing without my supporters. I would be nothing without the support of the people. And the support of the people is, over the past 10 years, it's been able to, you know, allow me to move around and do things for my children on their birthdays and shit like that. You know, that's really, to be honest with you, I'm not in this thing to be some nigger rich type of person where I'm just, you know, I got my money phone and I'm answering calls and whatnot. and stunting on the 9-to-5ers. Nah, that's really not what I'm here for. I'm here to provide for my children. You understand? And I'm here to fire bun the establishment and collect and both collectively and individually figure out a way to get all of us off the plantation. You feel me? That's what the fuck I'm here to do. You know what I mean? So for those who have been there for me, salute, and I appreciate you, and I see you, and I recognize you, and whatever I could do to be there for you, then fair exchange, no robbery. You feel me? I'm a fair person. I just don't like to get fucked over. I don't like pickpockets. You know what I mean? I don't like people to pick my pockets. I just like fair exchanges. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a simple dude. So with that being said, we're going to open up the line. We're not going to be here super duper long. You feel me? Because I do have to, you know, give this young lady more time before I get up out of here. And, you know, I wanted to do today's show, actually Soft Targets #2, but I'm not in front of my computer. You know what I mean? I owe y'all a presentation when it comes to part 2. So I'm on the road and whatnot. I wasn't really able to put the presentation all the way together, and I don't like to half-ass anything. So more than likely, Third Eye Thursdays, we're gonna bust that gun right there, because a lot of shit has been happening. It's been a lot of things going down. You know what I mean? One of the most startling things is going to be like the cherry on the top of the cake is an unreported incident that didn't receive a lot of press, and I'm crazy. I'm like, why is that? But there was literally a KKK march in Orlando, which somebody in my Instagram DM'd me and said, "Hey, Red, that's 15 minutes from where Trayvon Martin got murdered." I was like, God damn it. If the ancestors wasn't talking to me before, they screaming in my ear now. Because I'll show, when we bring part 2 to the family, I will show the proof, because I've already been beating on the drum about this 10-year window that we're in after the verdict, not the killing of, but the verdict, right? But the verdict that they passed down where they acquitted. Who? George Zimmerman. Where? In Florida. When? In 2013, right? In 2013. So you mean to tell me, right? You mean to tell me that there was a mass shooting, a racially motivated mass shooting that had taken place, right? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, here we go. So you mean to tell me, because the screen was frozen, so pardon me. You mean to tell me that immediately after a mass shooting in Ron DeSantis' home state, right? Remember, he's the governor. So he's the one when Nazis go marching and whatnot, he's the one who has to approve, right, of the quote unquote permits, right? So you mean to tell me in the same state where a mass shooting just took place, right? And somebody basically murdered 3 innocent people, right? That they're allowing a neo-Nazi group to march near Disney World. You mean to tell me that they're allowing a neo-Nazi group to march on Disney World, and nobody said anything about that? They made more ruckus about everything else, all of this superficial shit, but nobody had anything to say about neo-Nazis marching on a highway in Orlando. After I'm talking about, and I showed proof that the neo-Nazi movement in Florida is one of the fastest moving. Why? Because DeSantis, Ron and Don is out there. Ronald McFucking Donald's in Florida. Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. That's why hate groups are exploding in Florida. Florida was already kind of iffy to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to be super alarmed about. However, what it is it's something to basically solidify the fact that yes, the shit show has definitely been started. We are in the midst of this theater. On one hand, I'm kind of good. I'm kind of glad that melanated people didn't give them that type of energy, right? Turn off and turn back on. Yeah, give me a minute, y'all. Let me refresh my page. Give me a minute. I gotta refresh this jump. Like I said, I'm on the road. You know, I'm talking about. I'm not in front of the supercomputer right now. I'm on the road. You know, shit is real out here. It's the Jason months at his finest. You damn right about that. It's definitely some Jason shit going down. You know, it's definitely some Jason ish going down. But it's hypocrisy at its highest. At its highest. Negroes would never ever dare to do some shit like that. They wouldn't even fucking dare. They wouldn't even think twice about marching on in the midst of a hate crime a few days after a hate. They would never even fucking think of doing no stupid shit like that. But here go the neo-Nazis with they overzealous, zesty asses and whatnot. They want to go shouting and screaming, and they wouldn't really bust a grape in a fruit fight. You know what I mean? But they're invigorated. They're invigorated and whatnot. And you know, and there's reason to believe these public displays are still part of that ritual that they put forth when they did that quote unquote murder about a week ago with Homie, where he killed those 3 people on the anniversary of the Jacksonville murder or the Jacksonville massacre that took place 5 years ago. You know, for all of my Florida residents, you might just want to keep your head on swivel. You feel me? You might just want to, you know, not live in fear or anything. You know what I mean? Not be under no pressure because, you know, y'all from Florida. Y'all not soft in Florida. You know what I'm talking about? Dreadheads do it the best, right? Like y'all not soft in Florida. You know, y'all are pretty much equipped to protect yourselves. You know, we don't have to tell Floridians, Black Floridians, you know, who their neighbors are. You know already. You know what I mean? You have a inclination about who these people are. You know what I'm talking about? Give me a minute, y'all. Yeah, pardon me, man. Like I said, shit going a little crazy. Where did y'all last hear me before the sound went out? Where did you last hear me, y'all? You know. Yeah, the Maybach needs some servicing. You know what I'm talking about? The Maybach definitely needs a little bit of servicing. So I lived in Florida for a few years, and I definitely I won't question the thoroughness of the average Floridian. Y'all get busy with it, even though y'all wild friendly to the ops. You know what I mean? Y'all are very friendly to the ops. Y'all make them feel real comfortable. Like catch me outside, girl. Period. Pooh. I think all of them are for Florida. Am I correct? Florida is the home of the white girl playing black. Florida is the home of the white girl with cornrows and whatnot, and them long ass eyelashes and the fucking furry slippers. That's what Florida is. That's what Florida is. You dig? And from what I've seen traveling in Naples, Jacksonville, Dade County, where else have I gone? Uh, where's FAMU at? Over there by FAMU. I've traveled up and down, and you know, I've kind of seen how people be rocking, you know what I mean, in Florida, you know what I mean, when it comes to the pale folks, the same people that used to feed our babies to alligators. Those are like trailer park type of Europeans. And because they're on public assistance, Tallahassee, because they on public assistance, somehow that becomes your Aolites, or that becomes because you know niggas want them some gator, they want some gator box. You know what I mean? They start you know, they start getting themselves a nice little personal Becky and whatnot. So that's one thing that I've realized, you know, and when it comes to the super racist white boys, they stay in their place and the black folks stay in their place. You feel me? Everybody stays in their place, you know. But what it's looking like is that they're basically, you know, disrespecting that bond that we have in Florida, and they out there raising up, and it's like, think about it. Jacksonville, Florida, the home of the drillers, the home of Fulio, all of these young niggas, ATK and all of that. These are like professional killers. These ain't regular killers. How the fuck are they allowing a whole neo-Nazi movement to start booming in their backyard? It behooves me. I don't understand, but we know that the young kids that are on lean, that are walking around in a stupor and whatnot, there's not a revolutionary bone in their body. These are the same group of individuals who became very sassy and zesty when a and peacekeepers. We saw you niggas on global TV. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all went from goblins and goons and demon time to, you know, John Lewis. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas turned into John Lewis overnight. So we know y'all crazy, but y'all not that crazy type shit. Niggas be playing, they be playing 730 but they clock gets fixed the minute the opposites come around and whatnot. Y'all not that crazy because y'all not bringing it to their doorstep. You ain't applying pressure, you know. But that's for the next show. I don't want to keep y'all because I just try to share my screen and that's why shit start freezing up and everything. So we're gonna have a full presentation for soft targets number 2. It is flooding in Spain right now. It was flooding in Nevada. Like, we have to talk about these. It rained in Southern California. It flooded in Nevada. It flooded at the quote unquote Burning Man show. Shit is really different right now. Like, we got to have these conversations. And like I said last night on Black Magic 363, and if you haven't saw the show that we did, I suggested you go and check it out. You know what I mean? We had a great show. But as I was suggesting on that show, we can expedite the quantum quickening. Yeah, in Black Rock, of all places, in where the burning rock is, right? They call it Black Rock. So that shit is flooded out, right? It was flooded out. It had torrential rains and whatnot, and 70,000 of them were stuck. I don't know if they got them up out of there by now, but I know that it was kind of spooky and whatnot a minute ago. Canada's on fire. Turkey is on fire. It's so much shit on fire right now. It's crazy. And my mentality is, you know, we need to begin to expedite things because nothing is taking place outside of us. We need to expedite the wrath. We need to expedite the karma. We need to expedite the fall, my niggas. Fuck it. What else? What else? What other bag are we digging into? What other bag are we fucking digging into? We already did the show where we showed how these people are into grand rituals and whatnot. Your grand ritual is the ancestors. Your grand ritual is the weather. Your grand ritual is the motherfucking elements. That's your grand ritual. You feel me? If I was in New York, I would be on Eastern Parkway today, smoking some Zaza. I probably have some goddamn, because no. Matter of fact, last night for Juve, not even Eastern Parkway when the sun is out, I would have dressed in all black, or I would have put black fucking makeup on, like I'm some type of underworld entity. And I would have channeled all of that melanated quote unquote chaos energy, because that's all that shit is at Juve at night, right? Because they up until the sun comes up, but they outside. If anybody's ever been to Juve, it's some real dark magic shit. Everybody's not built for it, but it's dark magic at its finest. I used to look forward to that shit when I lived in Brooklyn back in the days, because that's when you do that's when you do your rituals. Somebody always gets killed at the Juve because that's the sacrifice. And I don't mean to say it like that, but once I understood what the fuck it was, I understood what it was. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the rooster that gets their fucking head cut off. But that the Juve is where you put in that dark magic, similar to what they had to do to the French in Haiti, if you get my drift. It's at Juve where you summon those quote unquote, that's where you tap into that energy and you send that shit where it belongs and whatnot, and you strike your enemies, or you strike the ops, or you begin to shake the pillars of the matrix in so many ways. That's what that is for. You might have to get up on behind something from Jamaica, you know what I mean? Maybe from the trenches. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's almost like the running of the bulls and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? You got to chase something down, a big mumpy. You know what I mean? If y'all don't know what a mumpy is, think Madagascar. Remember the rhino? Remember when the rhinos was smacking bellies? Remember that? Yeah, it's that shit right there. Or the hippopotamus. Yeah, the hippopotamus in Madagascar Part 2. the cartoon. Yeah, that's a big mumpy and whatnot. You might have run down on a big mumpy at Eastern Parkway. You know what I'm talking about? And you might have some Casamigos in your system or a nutcracker and whatnot, and you blowing down on a big head blunt. You know what I mean? Like you Lennox from Belly, my nigga. And that's when you start doing your seances. That's when you start casting spells. You know what I'm saying? They playing the motherfucking the steel band, the calypso. They got the fucking soca going on, or you might get some reggae. Yeah, that's when you do your magic. Right on top of a mumpy. You know what I'm talking about? Right on it. Right on the fluffy. That's right. Right on the dumpster. So that's what that energy is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all even understand how to invoke the spirits in places like that, because you could be nervous and shit around all of that chaos because it's pure chaos. I don't know. I don't even know how to paint the picture, and I'm not trying to be a travel agent to promote Juve, but it goes down. It definitely goes down. You know, it definitely goes down. And I would highly recommend, if you know how to work your magic, that you go to places like the Brazilian Carnival. Go to where the carnage is at. Go into the depths of that shit and work your magic. Because that's where I would be if I was in New York right now. Shout out to everybody on the Parkway, and I hope everybody got home safe, you know, all of that. You know? Cops was extra deep in Flatbush this weekend. Rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so. They have to protect their citizens. Brooklyn is it's a new Brooklyn right now. This is not the old Brooklyn where the police was scared to go to Juve. They got to protect the white folk and whatnot. So it don't matter if the FBI, the CIA, the NYPD, the LAPD, and Fannie Lewis or Fannie Willis from Atlanta goes to Juve. They're not going to stop the chaos. It's impossible. They can't stop it. Niggas is going to do what they're going to do. They get on some real different shit. I seen niggas disappearing in Juve. I'm talking about they go in, y'all. I don't know if y'all was at the show where I explained that the underbelly of these Caribbean communities, and also the underbelly of the quote unquote Spanish communities, for the lack of better terms, but I'm really referring to Dominicans, because we don't live amongst Mexicans like that I don't know Mexicans magic in New York, but I know the Dominicans and I know the Cuban magic. But the fucking Jamaicans and the Zopound, the Haitians, my nigga, and some of the Trinidadians, nah, nigga, y'all might not realize it, but they doing magic, bro. They got that shit on lock. They're doing magic, bro. They're doing dark magic for real, for real. They out there disappearing, popping up. You know what I mean? They doing some shit. They've been doing it, and they still doing it. And you know, it is what it is. For all of my occult people and all of my dark side people, you may have an understanding as to what I'm talking about. And once again, I'm not selling y'all on anything, because that's not something that I'm doing. I'm not in that bag and whatnot. But I've been around that shit long enough to let you know that, yeah, you don't want to, you know what I mean? Like you want to tread very carefully around that underworld energy, because these niggas is putting people in a pot for real, for real. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody said satanic red. What, instead of sexy red? That's what we going with? You know what I'm talking about? That's what we going with? Yeah, but I know that the Mexicans is doing their version of magic, because once again, the cartels are into Satanism. The cartels are into human sacrifice. The cartels, right? That's what the cartels are into. You feel me? When they do those beheadings and whatnot of their victims, they are sending those victims, they are sacrificing them. They're putting their spirits in a jar and whatnot. they actually have a deity called Santa Morete, right? Santa Morete, the saint of death. And they also have a trap god, right? And they said that Pablo Escobar has become a saint in not just Colombia, but all of Latin America, where you could burn a candle of Pablo and summon his spirit, because the traffickers use the saints to cover them, right? The traffickers are using the power of the saints to cover them, to make them invisible while they cross borders and shit like that, and do what they got to do. They not playing no games. Like, they're not here to play. They got Africans that are doing magic and whatnot. And we're not talking about, there's people that do magic, but I'm talking about the underbelly of society. When you go into Italy, why the Nigerians running shit in Europe? Why the Nigerians got Italy on lock? They got the mob scared of them. For what are they doing? What are they doing? It has to be more than just physical. What do they have that has the Italian mafia scared of them? You got to think about that. What does the Mexicans have that, besides the fact that they're ruthless, where other Latin American underworld people are terrified of them? What does the Jamaicans have that people in the Caribbean are terrified of? Fuck all of that. You know, we know that they kick niggas in their shins and whatnot. They'll play soccer. If you fight a Jamaican, you better be nice with the MMA, because them niggas is coming to kick you in the shin. You know what I mean? Because they fight like they playing soccer. But it ain't just that. They working with something else. They working with something else. And the majority of us have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, because we're not into shit like that. We're not in the underworld. We're not in the underworld. Niggas might sell some pills on the side and whatnot, but you're not knee deep in the underworld to really see shit like that, to understand what's going on. And don't look for people to talk about shit like this on podcasts or on YouTube, because for what? For what? You could get in trouble for that. You know what I'm talking about? They not playing. You could get in trouble for shit like, you're not supposed to expose things like that. You're not supposed to expose shit like that. Santeria, the Santeria, that's the Spanish niggas, Palo Mayombe, and then you have the Obia with the Jamaicans, you know what I mean? And then you got the Zopow with the voodoo. And them niggas have magic. They're having quote unquote, you know how you heard of sound clash? Well, they having motherfucking dark magic clashes sometimes. That would make a dope series if you think about it. That would make a fire ass Netflix series, or when you really put it into context, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's that underworld right there. Blood rituals, animal sacrifice, human sacrifice. These cartels are one of the main people behind human trafficking, right? They're the ones who the Europeans are hiring to do their dirty work. Did you know that? Did you know that it's the cartels? Did you know that it's the Jamaican gangs? Did you know it's niggas from Haiti and whatnot? The Europeans who need livers, especially the Israelis, the ones who need the body parts, but they also need the melanin, they're paying, right? Because a human body is more than a key of coke now, right? A whole human body. If you turn over a child, or if you turn over a migrant, a man or a woman, you're getting more. It's almost like having a bird. It's almost like having 3 kilos. Did you know that? So in these third world countries, and I don't like using the word third world, right? I don't like using the word third world. It's a derogatory statement. But in these impoverished nations and whatnot, they are utilizing trinkets they're utilizing trinkets to entice these underworld figures and whatnot to get into the business of kidnapping, human trafficking, And, you know, I mean, sex trafficking is one thing, but they got them into human trafficking and whatnot. So you have to be very careful when you're going into these countries. Real talk, especially with your little ones and shit like that. So in Jamaica, they got niggas, little girls are being kidnapped and they're disappearing and whatnot. And it's the gangs behind it. It's the drug dealers behind it. Because you could basically slip a human being past the border or past the quote unquote Coast Guard or past, you know, any type of customs faster and quicker and easier than you could move a brick of coke or a quote unquote a pound of weed and whatnot, because that shit started to become a little hazardous. You know what I mean? So yeah, just pay it. I just want to put you on the game if you don't know that they are some of the people out there working with, you know, the Mossad and some of these underworld figures and whatnot. So a lot of these street people have already sold their soul. When people be talking about, oh, somebody sold their soul and they did Illuminati and all of that, yeah, let's get off of that that's a lot of surfaceness, because while we are looking for the boogeyman, people are doing satanic shit right in front of us that are from our communities and look like us, and we don't say anything about that. But niggas want to act like they the motherfucking Illuminati busters and whatnot. Y'all been chasing them for years. Why don't you holler at Chris Hansen or one of these niggas to catch a predator and go and catch you the Illuminati so we could see what the fuck you gonna do to them once you find them? Because y'all been talking about them for so long, but nobody never said what they're gonna do to them when they find them. You understand? And when we lived in New York City, they live right down the block on Madison Avenue, on Fifth Avenue. They're literally a $10 Uber ride away. Nobody never did nothing to them. Nobody never pulled up on them. Nobody never wanted to go check them. You know what I mean? So we know that that's a waste of time. We know that that's a bunch of pump faking. We know that that's a distraction. We know that we wasted years of our life talking about it, and it don't even make sense. No, fuck that. What about the people? We got to talk about the people that's snatching up children, women's. You know what I mean? We got to talk about people that are organ trafficking. We got to talk about the motherfuckers that are right there bringing people over the Iberian Peninsula from where Gaddafi used to rule, right? To Libya, and then they're taking boats of people across the Straits of Gibraltar, right? But let's say that if they bring 10 boats over, one of those boats are gonna be they're gonna kidnap everybody on that boat and basically sell those body parts. You know what I mean? They're gonna take a whole boat and they're going to say that that boat either capsized or it was missing. And I've done research to show that some of those boats will pull up to a yacht, like either a yacht or a government boat, a government ship, and board all of those people on the ship, and you will never see them again. Right? The same way that at the border, at the Mexican border, they'll let thousands of people through, but they need 1,000 to take. That's the payoff. That's why Joe Biden got the doors on the border open. He like, nah, let them through. We need more people coming through, because the more chaos, then we could take 1,000 of them. Just give us 1,000 a week, right? But each one of those bodies are coveted because of the body parts, because you have old millionaires and old billionaires, right, who will pay a very handsome fee, okay, for those quote unquote body parts, that kidney, that lung, that heart, those eyes, that melanin. Shit, man, it's crazy and it's spooky and whatnot. And I'm not here to scare nobody, so I'm gonna stop talking about shit like that, because it's giving me the heebie-jeebies, you know. But I just want y'all to know that there's a lot of things going on, and they I think that they funded that Illuminati shit to the tune of millions of dollars, right? I think that they funded that shit because they was like, this is a huge distraction. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge distraction. We could have them looking this way while we over here doing what we have to do. You know, when you really think about it, it's advantageous for anybody that's into any type of illegal activity to always have people looking for an imaginary, boogeyman while these niggas is getting busy and whatnot, doing shit right in front of your face. I saw a video on Instagram that fucked me up, right? Y'all might have seen it too. Somebody did a social experiment. I love those social experiment videos on Instagram because they had a child walking and whatnot, and then an adult was snatching the child up and putting, like, covering their mouth and going into an alley. And people were walking right by that man. They did not stop him. They did not say what's going on. They did not look down the alley and whatnot. They was on some old see nothing, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. This is on my this is a video that went viral a few times and whatnot. It was some white people. This is the type of shit that be going down and whatnot. People are in their phones. People are minding their business. You feel me? People are willingly, not helping. Like, you know what? I read in the news that somebody got stabbed trying to help. I ain't helping. I'm trying to make it home. You understand? Motherfuckers is like, that mentality of the village no longer exists. Nobody's responsible for your children no more because they caught feelings when parents was like, don't check my child and whatnot. You don't say nothing to the child. So motherfuckers is like, all right, if I see the nigga get shot, I'm going to just take my phone out and film it. Since we can't say anything, we just going to film these niggas on the ground and whatnot. You feel me? So they're not compassionate as they used to be. They're not compassionate as they used to be. People are very callous and whatnot. They're like, yo, oh well, that's their problem, not mine. So yeah, people are saying NPCs, and I reiterate what I've said on shows before, and I went ahead and showed proof. Like, I ain't just talking about it. Here's a group of women with automatic weapons and they baddies and whatnot. These are some baddies. They got mini skirts on with goddamn AR-15s and heckler Koches and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not just talking about it. I'm living it. And I'm saying once again, right? Women, especially, why not? I think that y'all should arm yourselves. I think that you should arm yourself, not to be out here killing shit, but I think that you should arm yourself. I think you should always have something right there where your garter belt used to be. You know what I mean? I think you should have something right under the wing and whatnot. A nice little 380 or something. I think inside of that fucking Coach bag should be the blicky with the laser on it. That's how I feel. I don't feel like y'all are gonna hurt yourselves. I don't feel like y'all are gonna wind up shooting your boyfriend if you ran through his phone and saw that he was out here texting Sexy Red. You know what I mean? Sending Sukiyana his private parts. I don't think that y'all would shoot him. You might whip him a little something, but y'all don't want to go to jail. So women are a lot more responsible. I feel, I could be wrong, but women are a lot more responsible when it comes to just wigging out and shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I encourage that. I encourage y'all to go get some training, go and holler at Professor Griff, right? Go and holler at Professor Griff. He could help you with your shooting skills. You feel me? He can help you with your aim and whatnot. And yeah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourselves. Because nobody, and I repeat, nobody, the numbers are kind of dying in a sense of the amount of men who will fucking help you. The numbers are dwindling. I'm not gonna say to no man, because I would be facetious to say that. It's a gang of men out here that will rise to the occasion and ride for you. However, it's almost like a fucking virus that the amount of men that will not do anything is growing exponentially. The shit is parabolic and whatnot. Who saw the video of the sister who got hit in the head with the brick? I heard them calling it Brickgate, right? It's a very interesting story because I'm actually in Houston right now, and people in Houston know her. You know, people in Houston, she's from Houston. She might be Ethiopian. You know what I mean? People in Houston know her. She has a storied past, meaning that people in Houston know her for, you know, her antics. It was said that she's usually with men who, you know, will put hands and feet on other men, right? I don't know her name, you know, but I did see a video, and I'm not saying anything that this video had anything to do with her being hit with a brick. I saw a video where she smacked the Caucasian and then started twerking, and girls in the background was like, your ass is fat. I like that, right? So she smacked the European and then started twerking, right? So I'm like, that's strange. That's different. You know what I mean? I've never seen no shit like that before. Where did they do that at? You know what I mean? Like, So shit is real, you know. Shit is real. More than likely, she got hit with the brick, and then she was like, nobody helped her, right? Going back to what I was saying before. Ain't nobody out there helping shit. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are scared too. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of these niggas are zesty as well. You know what I'm talking about? They fighting the estrogen from taking over their bodies. So it ain't like back in the days where you could depend on a strong brawn. And all the game has changed. Girls is more likely to get busy now than men. Like the Krishan Rocks of the world, they more likely to fuck something up than a nigga. Shorty had her baby on live. This is a new type of breed of fucking shorties, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? This is a new type of breed. She had all her chains on and she pushed the little nigga out on live with 30,000 people watching. If she could have lit up a blunt, if she could have lit a blunt up, if it was a home birth, she would have been smoking on the live. That's how lit Shorty is. That's how she's just different. She's different. So people will condemn her. People would be like, oh, that's that ratchet shit that I'm talking about. It's too much. And I would agree. I would say, yeah, I understand. But on the other side, I would say, yeah, that shit is, it's just like she's going to spawn something. You've only seen the beginning of it. This is going to become a trend. You know what I'm talking about? She has the approval of the whole world of ratchets right now. This is going to become a trend. This is not going away. Women having babies on live. Oh, this is a trend. I see this coming. Like I saw yes, 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 yes. I told y'all that the NPC trend with Pinky Doll was gonna go crazy. And was I lying? You see everybody doing it now, right? You see everybody doing it, right? Remember who saw the video where Shorty had the seed and she was standing up and she just pulled the baby out her womb by one arm? Who saw that one? This is a different breed of women we dealing with, y'all. She had the seed while she was standing up. I think she was having a conversation. You know? So Krishan Rock had given birth in front of 300,000. I think it was 30,000. How many was on her live? 300,000 or 30,000, right? That child, they say that the birth is a sacred act. I don't know. I've seen water births on the internet live. I've seen shorties upload their births on the internet. So it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it, right? So I'm like, if Shorty had locks, you feel me? And onk earrings and whatnot, and she was broadcasting a live birth, would it be as horrible as this girl going live in the delivery room with her family surrounding her? Because it wasn't super ratchet. They was like saying, they were saying the Bible, you know, they was, where my prayer warrior, Jesus, Jesus. And you know, I'm not no Christian. That's not what I do, but I understand it. You know what I mean? That's what people do. You know what I'm talking about? We're not all the way in the fifth dimension yet. And it's like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a prude. I don't want to be super judgmental and prudish and whatnot. I wouldn't let if my Wiz was doing it, I would kind of be against that because I'm a private person. However, in the new age of the internet and social media, where this new generation, nothing is private. OnlyFans was a layup for them. They was like, wait, play with my kitty cat on camera? No problem. Hold his beer. Hold his case amigos. I do this anyway. You know what I'm saying? They are the new generations are not just purveyors or they what do they call that? They are uninhibited. They are more uninhibited than the generation that precedes them. Everything that they do is on camera. Everything that they do is on camera, from intercourse to they you know, my generation, we would turn the live off when we start arguing with our significant other. Not the new generation. They keep the live going. If you ever watching one of my shows and that shit cut off mad quick, it's because my Wiz burst in the room trying to argue with me. And I'm like, we ain't about to do this on the internet. But the younger generation, they're like, oh, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Turn up. You know what I'm saying? They want to get lit. They want to get lit. We ain't on it like that. We still have some type of coofness to ourselves. We'd be like, nah, turn that off. We're gonna deal with this off camera. We know we have a word called off camera. You feel me? We have a word called off camera. You know, they don't got off camera. Everything is on camera with them. So she crossed the threshold and brought her whole generation across the fucking finish line by having the young boy. The boy is named after his mama. The boy is named Krishan. Her name is Krishan, and so is her son. That's just where she's on it like that. She's like, fuck that. This is, and I already know what's about to happen with that little boy. He's gonna be on live. He will be smoking weed by 4. Facts. And there's nothing that nobody could do about it. He gonna be drinking Casamigos mixed with Gerber in his bottle. Yeah, she's gonna turn him into. He might have his first face tat at like 5 for a birthday gift. That's just how they moving. That's just how they moving, and it is what it is. It's the new generation. You know what I'm saying? They are adamant about showing you niggas that they're different. That's how they move. They are adamant to be like, oh no, Their rebelliousness or their rebellion, because it's a rebellion. If you don't know what you're looking at, it is a rebellion to distance themselves completely from a generation that they don't want to be confused with. You understand how they're doing it? They are completely pushing themselves away from the generation that preceded them. They don't want to be confused with the housewives. They don't want to be confused with Love and Hip Hop. That generation of they call them old ass hags. Them as old heifers. They don't want to be confused with them. They like, we the new heifers. We some new hoes. Sexy Red, Sukiana, Summer Walker, Christiana. They all the same. They all roll together. You know what I'm talking about? Imagine the play date with all of them. You think I should bring Omari around? Imagine if you go to one of those hood parks in Atlanta and whatnot, the little hood parks with the mulch and everything, and fucking Sukiana, Summer Walker, and Christian Rock is out there with the little ones and whatnot, and you got to bring your child into the motherfucking into the cage, into the Royal Rumble cage with their child. You know what I mean? That's what we dealing with. You know, that's what we dealing with. But yeah, it's a whole movement. That's the doctors. You know what I mean? These are the doctors. Like I said, the Y2K Osiris babies. You know, the 23-year-olds, the 21s, 22s, 18, 19, 25s. All of that is the year 2000 babies. You know what I'm saying? They grew up listening to Lil Wayne, nigga. They different. You know what I'm talking about? They different. They was listening to Lollipop at what age? You know what I'm saying? They was listening to Lollipop. They was listening to DMX. Pimp C in the womb, nigga. They different. We gotta have patience with them. We gotta have patience with them. They just built different, you know? And the adults have to bear the brunt of responsibility to what the fuck we exposed them to, right? Because I will not join in the caravan of people that are dousing them with gasoline and trying to light them on fire like they are some type of viruses that we don't know where they came from. I know where they came from. I know how they were created and whatnot. I know how they've been programmed. I know who programmed them. You feel me? I know about it. I know all of that. Like Blue Pill points out, these are the children, not the children of the corn. These are the children of the GMO corn, right? Because this generation of children, right? This generation of children, more so than any other generation, they were the ones who grew up eating all GMO, right? They had nothing but some of them only ate processed food. They ate KFC after Kentucky Fried Chicken turned into KFC. Because when we was eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, there was some badass birds. You know what I'm talking about? There was some good ass birds. When we was eating Burger King, when the shit was really flame broiled before it turned into horse meat, there was some good ass burgers. You know what I'm talking about? Them shits was flame broiled to the teeth, right? When we was eating original McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Pre 9/11 McDonald's, we was eating some real ass burgers. You know what I mean? They had the secret sauce and whatnot. The fries, the ice cream machine was working and whatnot. The shit was lit. Tall glasses of 7-Up. It wasn't what they eating now. So the newer generation, the Similac was even different. You know what I mean? I gave my son, who was born in 07, that nigga was getting Similac after his mom was like, I got to go back to work and whatnot. Yeah, I was giving them Similac, and I regret that, you know? But them flakes in the Similac, yeah, that shit look different. You know? We stopped, no other child after that has drinking formula, but I had to try it out at least once. You know what I'm talking about? I had to try it out at least once. And we talking about they went from Similac to processed food. No, Similac ain't new, but it's processed food, y'all. It's not breast milk. At least you could start the child out with breast milk. His foundation, right? His foundation is gonna be, he or she will be wired different than if the foundation is fucking these steroids. Because Similac isn't that shit creatine? Right? That's creatine. That shit is whey protein. That's what the fuck they eating. Because little niggas that drink Similac, who saw that 6-year-old on the football field? He's 16. He looked like he's 16. Yeah, he was drinking Similac smoothies. You understand? He was drinking Similac smoothies and whatnot. You know? They was putting egg yolk and steaks and blending that shit up with Similac and feeding it to his ass so he could have a full belly. So a lot of these children grew up on some plastic shit. Then they got into Nicki Minaj, and she encouraged them to put plastic in their bodies and whatnot. Then they identify with Barbies, plastic dolls, and whatnot. The food is plastic. They're wearing sneakers and whatnot. They became sneaker fiends and shit like that. When niggas approach me, they look at my sneakers first. They look at my sneakers first, y'all. You understand? And I'm not on that sneaker shit either. Yeah, they got plastic rice, plastic lettuce. You feel me? The chicken ain't real. If it's coming out of the Chinese, the fucking orange chicken and the General Tso, nigga, that's some fancy cat, nigga. That ain't an alley cat. That's some fancy cat, though. You know what I'm talking about? You eating some gourmet cat, nigga, gourmet kitten. You know what I mean? You know? So the new children, and then the candy that we ate now later. You know what I'm talking about? We had penny candies like caramels and whatnot. We had now laters, we had nerds and whatnot. Yeah, a little bit of red 40 and yellow 40. The shit that these little niggas is eating, Takis and hot Cheetos and all of this fucking the slime and everything. No, they're literally eating science projects and masquerading as candy. They're eating these are fucking these are Xanax designed as a chocolate bar, nigga. These are fucking perks, nigga. Just disguised as a fucking chiclet. That's what they're eating, bro. When you look at the ingredients, the shit looks like a fucking chemical. It looks like Fallujah. Not Fukushima. It looked like they made this candy in Fukushima. It got mad ingredients that I can't pronounce. So the candy is crazy. The processed food is crazy. The fast food is crazy. The music is crazy. So I understand where the fuck Sexy Red comes from. You ever been to St. Louis? Nigga, you would understand she's a great product of her environment. Shout out to Vegan Verb and Hitman Holla and all of the St. Louis niggas. Shout out to my nigga Steve and all of them. You feel me? The St. Louis is a different animal. You know? The kids can't even read. Yeah, they read emojis. They read emojis. And I'm not making no excuses for nobody, y'all. I ain't making no excuses for nobody. It's 7 days of the week. 4 days out of the week, I'm on some super prudish shit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like Dolores Tucker for 4 days out of the week. Turn that shit off. Get that. Don't play that in my house. But for 3 other days of the week, I'm very well balanced. I'm with the shits. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not twerking at red lights or nothing, but I'm with the shits. I'm balanced. For the other 3, I'm understanding of shit. But then 4 days out of the week, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? I'm acting like I never heard a curse word in my life. But you know, that's that conscious shit. You gotta be well balanced. And that I am, you know, and that I am. I'll give it up. But I know where they come from. I know where a Sukiana is coming from. I know where Summer Walker and them is coming from. You feel me? They need some Umars in their life. Conscious men that are listening to me. King Kongs of consciousness. I need y'all to holler at me, man. Tap in with your guy. I'm gonna give y'all a manual. I wrote some shit, book by book booklet, so you could get a game on track, not your wig pushed back. We're gonna go ahead and deputize some of y'all to go into the trenches of the ratchet wormhole and pull some of these ratchets out. You know what I mean? Cut the fucking thread or they weave out. You know what I'm saying? Put some conditioner in that shit and bring them back to the big chop, bring them back to their natural state and whatnot. Because it's only going to be the men that could do it right now. You know what I mean? Respectfully, the women is like, you know, it's too much on some Baltimore shit. TEW is too much. I can't turn these, you know what I mean? Because women fight. Women fight. Men are different. A man could check another man and y'all might not squabble and whatnot. But women checking other women, you got to know how to fight. Because they will world star you. You know what I'm talking about? I'm very aware of that. I have an older sister. Women can't check other women because they violent. They get on some world star shit. Remember, war is feminine. I didn't make that up. War is feminine. Not to say that it's women that go to war, but war is feminine. So, men, it's going to have to be y'all. Y'all gonna have to be so goddamn appealing. You're gonna have your voice and your word is gonna have to reverberate so loud that they're gonna be like, damn, I hear him. Like I feel him. Not hear this nigga. I feel this nigga. You're gonna have to be on some Charleston White when he was around Brittany Rayner and whatnot. You're gonna have to convert the ratchets, my niggas, just with your aura. You could do it. You know what I'm talking about? You could do it. Aim high, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Aim high. You will get rewarded for shit like that. You don't think you would, but the real sisters out there who don't want to do the dirty work, they will reward you. They'll slide in your DM and take care of you. You know what I'm talking about? They'll rate you, man. They'll take care of you. But they know that the women are not going to get this shit done for other women. It's going to be the men. Because truth be told, it was the men falling off that made the women fall off. I would be a goofy if I was to say that the women fell off first and lost their way. No. Nigga, this is if you ever been in school, if you ever understand the school dynamics of high school in the fucking schoolyard, then you understand what's going on. When the men in school started acting real weird and zesty and goofy, then the women, right, didn't have no direction. They didn't have nothing to look up to. They couldn't identify with alpha energy, so they started acting wacky. So you can't blame these women out here for being super masculine and being in a wacky bag and whatnot. They feel like they are quote unquote entitled to do that because there's no rules anymore. Y'all are not showing, y'all men are not showing any type of quote unquote rules. You're not showing them that there's rules to it. You're not drawing the line in no sand. To do to thwart it, the only thing that you could do to thwart it is get your shit together and raise your frequency. You can't turn your nose up. You can't argue with them. You can't shame them. You cannot shame them. There's no shaming of ratchets. You know what I mean? And the ratchet shit is like a contagion and whatnot, and it's beginning to affect the children. That's why I'm adamant about, pumping the brakes on that shit. because adults are going to do what adults do. But we live in this world where there's no distinction between what adults do and what kids see and hear, right? It's not like when we were younger, we had to really look for shit. You know what I mean? We had to look under the bed. We had to look in closets and whatnot. Yo, go open that shoe. Oh, there it goes. There goes the stash. No, that's not how it is these days. Stash is on the phone. Stash is staring them in the face. There is nothing hidden anymore. You understand? There is nothing hidden anymore. So the best thing that we can do is to convert those who have, we got to influence the influencers, because you saying it don't hit the same as a former ratchet like Black China coming out and saying, I'm taking out my cheekbones because they had silicone in them. I'm giving back this ass and whatnot. I'm going to return it to sender. And I'm going to stop doing this whole shit. And I'm going to get my life together. Now, I don't know how many women she saved, but I know that she saved somebody. I know that she had somebody say, yo, you know, I'm ready to I'm ready to turn a new leaf. You feel me? I'm ready to turn a new leaf. Oh shit, Cardi B got a child now. Oh shit, Cardi's a mama. Oh shit, Cardi only shakes her ass twice a month. Wait a minute, Cardi's married. Oh, Cardi is forgiving niggas that cheated on her. Oh, yeah, she is influential in that state. You might not realize it, but she had a lot of women wanting to stay home and lock in with their dude and whatnot, versus saying, I'm outside, hot girl, something. No, look, all of them is married. They all married. Most of them, the majority of them is married or booed up. They telling you how to do things that they're not doing because they know that shit has misery added to it. Don't fall for the okie doke. Future rap about drugs and he don't even take them. You know? So that's just part of the big facade. It's part of the big facade. There's such a facade in this community or in this culture and whatnot. And you got to break through the facade. Got to break through the facade. But the best way to break through the facade is to be your authentic self and to be so, quote unquote, you just have to raise your frequency and your profile to a degree that you're not trying to be seen or heard by people. You just shining your light and you are aware, right? You just have an awareness that light travels faster than sound and whatnot. And if you walk into a dark room and you got your lights turned on, you will blind everybody in that room. But you also have to prepare for the attacks that are going to come with the fact that you're shining your light. But keep in mind, I would rather be attacked for shining my light than being attacked for having my light too dim. Because when your lights are not shining, you will get attacked by lower frequency entities and whatnot that will begin to pull on you. And when you have holes in your aura, you know what I mean? You'll have all of these quote unquote, it's almost like leeches, energy leeches will attach themselves to you and they will start sucking on you. Or you will just invite certain type of darker entities into your circumference. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. You might as well deal with devils of a higher level, right? You want to deal with devils of a higher level because if you defeat those devils, then you level up. Versus you tucking your tail and turning your lights down and whatnot and inviting certain entities to ride your back or to mount you and whatnot, and then you will never shine your light. So what would you rather have? What would you rather have? You know, you're going to deal with the evils anyway, because remember, you're dealing with enemies within. You're going to deal with the evils anyway, because you remember the enemy is the inner me. The enemy is the inner me. Don't forget that. Don't let that fly over your kufi. You know what I'm saying? It's just the degree of power that enemy has. That's the fight that you have to reconsider. How powerful is that enemy? Inner me, right? That's where fasting comes in. That's where getting rid of those parasites come in. That's where grounding comes in. That's where meditation comes in. That's where the spiritual, if you have a spiritual practice and whatnot, that's where that comes in. You're always going to be dealing with adversarial forces. You're always going to have protagonists, antagonists. You're always going to be dealing with something that you're going to see until you conquer the enemy inner me inside of you. Until you conquer that, until you deal with that trauma, until you deal with the shit that you might be running from, until you're able to see in the dark and whatnot, you're going to face the enemy who will be projected as a physical being in this holographic world that we live in, this holographic unit, this fucking video game that we're in. You're always going to you're going to stumble upon a version of that inner me, right? Or that conflict within in the form of a person. And if you keep repeating, if you take L's and whatnot, and you don't utilize those L's as lessons, then the next time it comes around, it's going to be longer and stronger. How many people out there have met the same person multiple times in the personage of a different human being? Or how many people have met 4 lessons combined in one as one person? If this was a video game, that's like Double Dragon. That's like the final boss at stage 8. That's like Mortal Kombat when you have to fight a nigga that's a combination of all the niggas that you beat a few other levels down, right? How many people have ever run into that? And all that is your lesson, right? Repeating itself because you actually didn't defeat it in those stages and whatnot. So it's coming back stronger. It's coming back strong. You got to face that shit. And you can't make the same mistakes that you made before, because that be the shit that takes us off the beaten path. That be the shit that puts you in an early grave. That be the shit that put your ass in an insane asylum. That be the shit and put you on the motherfucking street, homeless, broken and whatnot. That be the shit that put you on drugs, hard drugs that you can't kick and whatnot. That be the shit that put your ass in a bottle where you drinking yourself to death and whatnot. That be the shit that put you in super duper depression and whatnot, where you just might pull the motherfucking plug. It's shit like that, right? Failing the test constantly, right? Failing, falling on your face, not falling forward, falling on your face and beating yourself up, not forgiving yourself for falling on your face, not realizing you might have to fall on your face 999 times before you become a motherfucking champion at the 1000th time. But once you become the motherfucking champion, you can't be beat by that same opponent again. You have to forgive yourself for not being prepared when you are faced with these challenges, because who the fuck prepared you? Who prepared? You're not in school to prepare yourself for that. Corporate America is not necessarily giving you those lessons that you need, the universal laws and principles and whatnot. K to 12 and whatnot, it wasn't necessarily a master school. They didn't teach us to become masters. This was not like the schools that Jesus went to. That wasn't what they were. They were indoctrinating us to become worker bees. So who prepared us? Hip hop? VH1? Like, where do we get the preparation to fight against spirits of higher principalities? You know what I mean? Our closest allies is mama and go-go, or our grandmother, or our grandfather, or our auntie and our uncles and whatnot, who usually come with the word. You niggas got a little bit of consciousness and then you flipped on your motherfucking prayer squad, or you flipped on the prayer team, or your prayer warriors that are right in your household, that are out there trying to teach you through proverbs and through parables and other things, but you stunning on them, right? For a nigga on YouTube who wouldn't even talk to you if you seen him at an event. And then you start feeling fucked up and you become all no, you gotta you have what you need already. Some of us are already equipped with our family members and our loved ones. Some of us already got our motherfucking team of drillers and killers and shooters and whatnot. Some of us have everything that we need, and we don't realize it at the time until it's too late. And then when it's too late, you're going to be tortured your whole life looking for your shooters and looking for the coach, your coach Dion, right? How my nigga Deion Sanders, right? He's giving you he's showing you how important a coach is. We all need a coach, right? Deion Sanders is showing you, fuck the players, it's the coach, nigga. You niggas is the player. Once again, that's the talent. The coach is the management, right? You niggas need coaching. You need a life coach. You need somebody that's going to be there with you. You need somebody to prepare you for whatever war that you're about to face, whatever battle that you're about to face. We can't do it on our own. We have to go to somebody who has experience more than we have. Henceforth, why I am very humble, or not humble, I am very quote unquote modest around my elders and whatnot. And I allowed my elders to teach me, and I allowed my elders to coach me and whatnot. And I make sure that I say their names. I make sure that I evoke their names in public and whatnot to let people know that they exist and whatnot, because I got here through coaching. I got here through coaching from people who have more experience than me. I've been in situations where I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. And it come to show that they knew what they was talking about. I just can see the forest for the trees and whatnot, because they have more experience than me. They went through what I went through, but because sometimes I'm too arrogant, I would not accept that. I would not accept that. We need coaching. We cannot go into the spiritual. We are in a spiritual war. Even if you consider yourself to be conscious, you signed up for a spiritual war that nobody told you about. You need coaching. You understand? You may receive coaching through the means of a Sister Myra. You may receive coaching through the means of a Dr. B. Sirius, Taj Tariq Bey, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, Dr. Sabi, Dr. Blair, you know what I mean? Dr. Phil Valentine, they're there. They're out there. They're out there coaching right now. You feel me? They're out there coaching right now. But who's listening to them? Who's taking those words that they're giving us of advice and applying that shit, right? To make themselves better players, make themselves better quote unquote shooters, to make themselves more proficient killers in this shit, so you could kill shit. You ain't coming to play. You on another level right now. The stakes is high. Either you got to kill shit or you're gonna go home boxed up. Don't come into this shit playing games, because we literally are at the top of a mountain. And I'm not saying that figuratively. I mean the percentile of us who belong to what we call the black race, who have our lights turned on, who are conscious, who I call the Godhead. We are literally at the top of the mountain of our people. I was at the Invest Fest, right, where multi-millionaires, and they had a few billionaires in the building, people who are considered to be the top of the business world, right? I wasn't running them down. They was running me down. I wasn't telling them, yo, fam, you saved my life, because if a nigga helped me to get my credit right, or if somebody helps me, get a secure credit card, nigga, you didn't save my life. You know what I'm saying? You helped boost my finances, but that's not my life. Saving your life is helping you get rid of herpes. Saving your life is helping you lose 200 pounds because shit was on your heart and whatnot, and your ass was diabetic. Saving your life is helping you get your jimmies to stand up again. Saving your life is helping you save your leg when they was going to amputate it. Saving your life is helping you go to the bathroom so you don't have to go under all of that, so you don't have to be in pain and whatnot. Saving your life is helping you get out the streets with my either the words or the actions, where people see how you're living your lifestyle and they say, God damn it, I didn't even know shit like that existed. So what they would say with some people who are not not that much in tune, they would be like, nah, rich niggas are at the top of the mountain, right? Niggas that own planes, niggas that got this car and that. No, they're not at the top of the mountain. I'm letting you know, they're not there. They understand their position. They're not at the top. They're not at the top. They're not the ones changing the world. They're not the ones uplifting this. They're not the one holding this shit together. That's not them. That's not them. It's not the politicians. It's not the rappers. It's not the athletes. It's not the entertainers. And I'm not saying this from ego. I'm not saying this from ego, but I'm letting you know we are on the top of the mountain. So that makes us targets. It's nothing to boast about. It's nothing to lambast about, because once you're at the top of the mountain, you better know how to fight. Your people are going to attack you. Your friends are going to want to drag your ass back in the sunken place. Come on, girl, just do this one more time. Just one more time. Your homies is going to want, they want misery love company. They want you to ride with them one more time so they could YF and melly your ass, right? Or they could throw the blicky on you and jam you up. You got haters all around you because you decided that you wanted to climb to the top of the motherfucking mountain, and there's people that are dedicated to pulling you down. So you got to know how to fight. So you need training and you need coaching. I would suggest for the men, get into MMA training. Get into MMA training. When I get everything together, I'm starting an MMA league in consciousness. I brought it up last show. I'm dead serious. I put the word out there and I already got 2 investors. And then I said I'm doing a conscious battle rap league, right? Because it's to my understanding that there's a lot of conscious artists out there, and a lot of them is trash. A lot of them, no disrespect to any of them. You know what I mean? But I could say that because I'm gonna be a league owner, and I'm not biased and whatnot. You know, one man's trash could be another man's treasure. So I'm gonna just put 2 trash people together and see who's the better trash. You know what I mean? But I got a commitment from Daylight. This nigga said I'm down. Did you just hear what I said? I just got a commitment from fucking Daylight, nigga, the alien himself. You know what I'm saying? That he's gonna be a part of this conscious battle rap league. Oh, I'm going up. And of course, I'm gonna have Loaded Lux on the roster too. So you're gonna have to be God tier to be a fucking legend in the conscious rap battle league. And you know, we might even take it to other places to go up against RBE, URL. You know what I mean? We might take our show on the road and clap at the other leagues and whatnot. But I want my conscious artists to sharpen their swords. There's no better way to sharpen your sword than the battle rap. Get your bars up, get your stage presence up. You know what I mean? Get some of that animosity off your chest. It's too much pent up animosity online. It is too toxic. It's becoming dangerous. It's a powder keg. People are online arguing about the smallest things. You know what I mean? I should open a conscious strip club. You niggas need to get your rocks off. You feel me? You need, you know what I mean? Y'all need to release a little bit of that rage and whatnot. So what better way to help grown men who be out there arguing about nothing than to say, you know what? Fuck it, my nigga, get in the octagon. We're not gonna talk. We're not gonna be online making fools of ourselves. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to show our sportsmanship, and we're gonna get busy, because that's what this is about. And then I also want to have a conscious roasting session, because it's too much. It's a lot of funny looking people, and it's a lot of jokes that are just sitting on the table that nobody is taking advantage of. We got to be able to laugh. We got to roast each other a little bit, because niggas are definitely roast worthy. You know what I mean? It's a lot of roast worthy people in this community. And, I want to roast them, because if you roast them in the comment section, or if you roast them on a Twitter thread, then they're going to want to fight. But they don't want an MMA fight. They're going to want to fight on the keyboards. Yo, when I see you, all right, you can see me. Let's go. I'm going to start training right now. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to start training right now, nigga. And we're not going to be on the floor wrestling and whatnot. This is going to, we're going to go at it. You know what I mean? We're going to shoot the shit. I think that would alleviate a lot of the bickering going on. I want to joke about the Israelites and their outfits and whatnot. Corinthians, I got jokes. You know what I mean? I want to joke about Umar. I want to joke about FBA niggas. Like, I got mad jokes. So I'm loading up my clips. And I got some battle rap bars. I might jump in the ring 2 times on you niggas. You know what I'm talking about? I got like 4 hot 16s that I could basically, I could, you know what I mean? I could burn edges, my nigga. I could burn edges with this shit right now. And, the MMA part, I do want to get in the octagon with 3 people. I'm not going to say their name right now, but if they accept the challenge, I'm going to fucking destroy them. I'm going to step on their face. You know what I'm talking about? Because I just got to get some of my rage off. And it is what it is. I think that's a better, and then we could all make money, because y'all gonna come through on a pay-per-view. Y'all gonna be in the building. You know what I mean? It's gonna be safe. We're gonna shake and hug afterwards. And then we're gonna encourage younger people to level up to where we at. And then it just becomes an industry. I'm not letting this shit get past. I'm focusing on it. If there's anybody out there who may want to be a sponsor, or who may want to be a quote unquote investor, y'all need to hurry up and reach out, because once this train leaves the motherfucking station, we're not coming back to pick nobody up. But if you out there and you listening to this, I might be smiling, but I'm so sincere. I'm dead ass serious. Like, I am starting a conscious rap battle league. I gotta reach out to Sarnetta, because I don't want to take, me and Sarnetta was actually supposed to be doing something like this years ago, but I don't know what Sarnetta be doing. So, no disrespect, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I need to do. But I definitely are going, Sarnetta's gonna be a part of everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep him out, because he got a whole league of people on his side. He could bring his people to get stepped on. He could bring his people to get stepped on. But yeah, it's time to bring some type of some entertainment, to this community, because niggas just be sitting around doing nothing. You know what I mean? And we don't necessarily have to live like that. I think we're leaving billions of dollars on the table. Even the sisters, even the women and whatnot. Even the women and whatnot, y'all be online. I think y'all should be, practicing your battle rap skills. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I think y'all should be practicing your battle. I don't really want to see women fighting. I don't watch MMA where women be knocking each other out. I'm not into all of that. You know what I mean? I'm not into all of that. Slow it down. I dissed you. I don't want to see women throwing hands, but I definitely want to see y'all roasting each other. I will pay for that. You know what I'm talking about? I'll pay for that. I will pay a pretty penny to see y'all come after each other's weaves. You know what I mean? I know there's gonna be some grudge matches because people don't like each other, hey, get that shit out your system. Because it could fuck your liver up if you hold on to all of that animosity and pent up anger, right? If you put all of that pent up anger, I want to do the MMA where I have the RBG dude fighting the redneck. You know what I mean? Or we might just have slapping contests. You feel me? I'm gonna bring Mexicans, cholos. I'm gonna bring trailer trash. I'm gonna bring niggas that that's wearing alligator bait t-shirts. I'm bringing neo-Nazis. I'm bringing Ukrainians on board. I'm not playing with you niggas. You feel me? I might even get Zimmerman. That's the bag right there. We get our ones up. We get Zimmerman in a celebrity death match. You understand? And it's really up from that point on. You know, I'm gonna bring him in on a celebrity death match, and yeah, have somebody kick his shins out. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna spike his punch. You feel me? We're gonna spike his punch. But that one is a death match. It's winner kills all. Like you can't even leave the ring until you die type shit. Like we're gonna have some Kimbo Slice type shit, some fucking underground shit with that one right there. But that's a celebrity death match. You feel me? Zimmerman versus Malik Zulu Shabazz or something, my nigga. Like, let's go. Let's go. All these tough Tony niggas on the internet, these keyboard warriors. Yeah, we want to see what you built like. Let's go. It's too much contention. I can't go on the internet and learn anymore. It's all of this argument going on about who's from America, who's an Indian, who's Aboriginal, who from the continent, who don't like Burna Boy. You know, it's a lot of contention going on. Who's a real woman, who's not. Like, it's so much shit going on. It's like, it's fucking with my mental health. And we not making no money. The fuck? We could make $1 billion. You know what I mean? Just dealing with solutions to the contention. So, Battle Rap League, Conscious MMA, and then a motherfucking a quarterly roasting session. I was gonna do the roasting session once a year, but it's so much fucking shit to roast about. We're gonna just do it quarterly. I want to talk to my nigga Derek Grace. You feel me? I want to stand in front of Derek Grace. That's my guy and whatnot, but I just want to talk to him. You know, I want to talk to Blue Pill. You know, I want to talk to a lot of people. I really want to talk to Polite. That would be, you know what I mean? I really want to talk to Polite. I really want to have. I would do a triple ticket with Polite. I would do the MMA, the battle rap, and the roasting session. We would go to Dubai with that one. Yes, I would do that. I want to talk to that nigga. I want to talk to him with his hat off. You understand? I want to talk to him with his hat off. Talk to me with your hat off, sir. That's a grudge match. Yeah, you said a slapping thing. Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I think that one would be big right there. We could have Mayweather and them niggas promoted. You know, we could have Mayweather promoted. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to a few people, and there's a few people that want to talk to another few people. So we should just talk. You know, we should just talk. You said Polite versus Young Pharaoh. That might break the internet. That might break the internet. I could see that happening. I want to talk to everybody who was on side of the TV that night that tried to shit on me and Blue when we came after Polite. That's who I want to talk to. All you niggas that was out there. I want to talk to every single one of y'all. We gonna have an MMA for every single one of you. We're gonna have a match lined up for all you niggas. Let's do that. Let's do that. Where the investors at? Because y'all want to, we can't talk until the investors come on board. You know what I mean? I got to go to niggas with $1 million right there. Yes, I want to see Umar versus Tyreek and then Umar versus Seti. Let's get Seti back in the fucking game and let him shine where he really, because this lecture shit is over with. You know, the lecture shit is kind of over with. We need to go to new venues and new places. The lecture shit is cool, but it's boring. Battle rap, MMA, and some roasting sessions. You know what I'm saying? We could do that all in one Vegas night. You know what I mean? Good. Yeah. Athletics, where you at? We need athletics to sponsor us, Goldwater. You know what I'm saying? We need the big boys to sponsor us, man. The shit gonna be turned. Shit gonna be turned. You said a conscious cook-off. I like that. I like that because there's mad grudges that y'all have no idea. It's so many grudges in this community. It don't make no sense. It's so many grudges. Zaza Ali versus Cesara Path, my homegirl Cesara Path. That would be crazy. Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, it's so many grudges, y'all. That shit has to happen. You know what I mean? It has to happen. It has to happen. Because if it don't happen, then people are just gonna suffer from holding all of that hate in their hearts and all of that animosity and shit like that. It's gonna suffer. They're gonna suffer because you can't hold hate for the white man and you niggas are not doing nothing to him. You can't hate on another nigga on the internet and you'll never see that person. Like, how you hate somebody that you can't never see? It don't even make sense. But yeah, I could talk all night. But I gotta go. Like I said, it's 2 hours in, and I got daddy duty. You know what I'm talking about? It's my daughter's birthday. So yeah, it's been fun. I will see y'all again. Let me remind y'all of what's coming up before I get out of here. Big weekend or big strong end coming up. We have an event with Brother Rich that's going to bring the family out. This is the end of the summer gathering right here. This is the come together so we could make magic happen. This is instead of going to Labor Day in Brooklyn with the Jamaicans and the Caribbean, this is my new Labor Day festival right here. This is my new Eastern Parkway, quote unquote, on Stone Mountain. That we transferred the energy to the A. So Crystal Mountain, right? If anybody knows, when we went up there last year, the world was in a certain place, dimension-wise, like, and I feel that after we came up off of Crystal Mountain, we actually got shit moving a lot quicker and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? I feel like we ushered in a lot of the change that I'm beginning to see take place. I'm putting that on our people. Putting that on our people. We were the ones who shook the pillars of the matrix. That was our people. You feel me? I'm not giving the credit to nobody else. So that's on 9/9. That's free to attend. All you got to do is make it out to Atlanta, 6:45 a.m. on a Saturn day at the base of Stone Mountain. Everyone is welcome. Blind, dumb, deaf, crippled, and crazy. 8 days old to 80 years old. It don't matter. If you have to have somebody help you up the mountain and down the mountain, you will have somebody that will assist you. You feel me? We're making an open call for people to basically pull up. This is the end of the summer. It's time for us to gather as a group. We have shit to talk about that's not on the internet. And we owe it to ourselves to just be amongst ourselves so we could charge our batteries up as we move into the quote unquote winter months and round out the fourth quarter of 2023, which was a beautiful, beautiful, powerful year, might I add. This was a year that went very fast, but this was a year of technological advance. This was a breakthrough year, and this year will go down even 10 years from now. They will look back at 2023 as a pivot year. Okay, this is a pivotal year where everything began to pivot. So we have to recognize what that pivot is, and we have to decide if we're going to move in that direction, okay, to prepare ourselves for the next couple of years. right? So then right after that, the next day, we present to you Red Pill, Blue Pill, and the brother A.A. Rashid. We're going to be doing a follow-up to a lecture that we did in 2020 called Dark Matter Timing. And the acronym for that is DMT, right? Dark Matter Timing. The acronym for that is DMT. And that is going to be presented on 9/10 in Atlanta, right? This is three things in one. This is an art show. This is an album release. Well, not an album listening, not a release, but the Red Summer 23 listening, right? Because that's about to come out. And it's also a mini lecture, right? It's also going to be a mini lecture. AA will be dropping a new book. AA will have merch in the building. I will have artwork in the building, artwork that y'all never seen before. I've only been teasing it on the internet and on shows, but I finally had decided to put the artwork out from 1993 because we're in 2023. So we're celebrating Hip Hop 50 by releasing our artwork that was inspired by Ice Cube, by NWA, you know what I mean? By early Biggie, you know what I'm talking about? By LL, Das Effects, Slick Rick. All of these artists were my inspiration when I was drawing back in the days when I was learning how to become a master artist. Feel me? So those prints will be for sale. We're going to have tickets available. As a matter of fact, to show my gratitude for all of the laborers out there, my love language is 50% off of my website, KTL University, right? 50% off of everything. I have a store-wide sale, KTL University. You even get to get the tickets half off. This goes on for 24 hours. It will turn off tomorrow, but this is my love language and my love letter to all of the laborers out there because I respect everything that y'all do. We took everything on the site and made it 50% off. So go and get your tickets, KTLUniversity.com. Take full advantage of what it is that we're doing because, you know, people have been asking me when we're going to do a sale. So it's here now, okay? And it's here for y'all. And this is going to be a powerful event. This event is going to be at a spot called Industry. That's where Ampu had his album release party last week. It's a powerful, a dope spot, a new spot that we rocking with out there in Atlanta. Shout out to my bro Brill and all of the people over there. So yeah, we just stepping it up. Y'all gonna be very impressed when you see this spot, when you walk into the spot. This shit is definitely high tech, next level, and DNA response to environment. So we made sure that we're gonna put our people in a beautiful environment. Oh, also on 9/9 after the mountain, we're gonna be shooting a music video with Cambada and Brother Rich called I Could Do Magic. You feel me? I could do magic. I could do magic. And that will be at Tassili's, which is in the West End. So the whole 7 day, the whole strong end in 7 more days, right? Starting on Saturday, theoretically, Saturday and Sunday, jam-packed. It's a holiday. It's lit. It's all about our people. It's all about the family, Black Magic family and the KTL family coming together like we did last year and making history. That's what this is about. Nothing more, nothing less. You feel me? So if that speaks to you, then I'll see you on Saturday. If it don't speak to you, then I won't see you on Saturday. And it's all good. No love lost because, you know, everybody can't make it to the A. Everybody can't make it outside. You know what I'm saying? But for those that can, I will see you in Atlanta. All right. And if you can't make it, just tell a friend to tell a friend. Send somebody. You know what I mean? Send somebody. Because you don't have to be into anything to be on that mountain. You just got to know how to climb the mountain. You know what I mean? You don't have to be in no religion. You don't have to be in no follow. You know what I mean? You just got to want to be around people. And we'll take it from there. So yeah, with that being said, love and light, y'all.
Up in the dome. gumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle.
Let me switch it up. Hit up the Cash App if you feel the need to. Show a little bit of love, you know. My Patreon members, September is going to be lit. I'm going to be doing a 4-week course on artificial intelligence, all right, called Introduction to the Fantasy Industry. So that commercial will be coming soon. Look out for that. That's for my Patreon. Shout out to all of my Patreons. I see you. You dig? I see you. You dig? So where we at with it? Let's go ahead and share this page. Gotta be careful out there, you dig? Gotta be careful in the world. Third Eye Thursday coming up. I think we may be doing that part 2 of soft targets. If not, we'll be having my special guests. I'll have some special guests if we don't do that. But I'll let you know. You'll see on the flyer when it drops what we decided to do. But yeah, let's get busy, y'all. Love and light. Peace.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, cooking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. Night that we stand, dividing these bands. They hiding their hands, I'm riding in bands. Like in your land. Hopping the sprinters. Talking the underworld, popping the minter. Landing the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, smoking the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. What do you mean? We upping and squeeze, tucking and leave, we leaving the stain. Fuck up a breeze, running the banks. Causing a crash and breaking the fence. Morris the fashion, or you was smashing, kicking the door. Waiting for force, it was blasting. Whether they gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, your brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was weak. Perfecting the storm is really receipts. Washing the bitch and you rinse and repeat. Say for yourself, I'm centered on me. Red is the pillar, I'm pushing the peak. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Real quick. Okay. I forgot I got a word from my sponsor before we even get up out of here. For all of my family on the west side or the west coast, right? I'm going to need y'all to go and support one of our own, right? This right here is a new Black-owned vegan restaurant in LA, 15136 Stagg Street, Van Nuys, California, 91405. All right, 91405. That's that good vegan food right there. You feel me? That's that good vegan food right there. So y'all could get right. You know what I'm talking about? Pull up and support it. This is a new establishment in your city. All right. I know I got some foodies out there and y'all like to eat and whatnot. So make sure y'all pull up 15136 Stagg Street. Stagg Street. You know what I mean? Get your Staggington. It's for all of my staggers out there. But yeah. So yeah, let's go back to the music. We out of here. Peace, love, and light. Share the screen. Man. All right, I'm out because this music is acting stupid. Peace to the family, love and light. I'll see y'all on Third Eye Thursdays. You dig? Peace.